if Tampa Bay does some things differently than they did the last time they played. This whole offense, Colin, is based off of timing and spacing, and there's quick answers on every single play. So unless they do something to disrupt those wide receivers, it's not really going to matter from a defensive line standpoint or an offensive line standpoint. They gotta create some time for those defensive linemen to get there. I'd say the second thing is the D line's got to keep him in the pocket. And I've talked about this over and over again. They'll rush up the field and they create those lanes. And I know he's dealing with injuries and the concussion and all those things. But the Super Bowl, that doesn't matter. And I'd say the last thing is they've got to create some kind of confusion pre-snap so that he just doesn't know where to go with the ball right away. Those things have to change for that defensive line to really take advantage of Kansas City's O-line.
So Brady's never been a good first quarter Super Bowl quarterback. You were with him in 3 of those. Is it by design? Was Belichick more conservative or was Tom anxious? He didn't play well early in Super Bowls.
No, I can promise you it was not by design. We wanted to score as much as we could, as early as we could. But a lot of those Super Bowls, there's so much emotion leading up to it. The pregame isn't what you're used to. Guys can be emotionally hijacked. Everybody's feeling their way through it. It makes a lot of sense for it to be low scoring because it takes a little while for everybody to realize, hey, this is just what we've been doing all along. Just settle down and start playing, and that's when the points start coming on.
I believe I don't think Mahomes needs a running game to succeed Sunday. I think Tom does. Do you agree or disagree?
I absolutely agree. The fact that they've committed more to the run later in the season and in the postseason has been a huge part of what's helped them. And look, Kansas City beat Tom up with pressure the last time they played. And you look at those 2 picks that he had in the second half, and those were both pressure related. If you can run the ball some and slow those guys down and create some variety of your attack, that's going to help Tom significantly.
You know, Brady, instant success. You bring Brady in, he gets to a Super Bowl. Do you think it'll change the quarterback market where there'll be more movement? They won't be sacred cows anymore. Quarterbacks will be like everybody else. Trade them if they help you win tomorrow.
Well, it works both ways. You also don't want to be the team that trades your guy and he goes somewhere else and gets a Super Bowl. That's incredibly frustrating. And you're seeing it with the young guys, with how well Ryan Tannehill has done in Tennessee. And then you had Peyton Manning. Really, the Colts should have kept him an extra year, even when they had Andrew Luck, and he goes somewhere else. Now Tom has the success he has. When I had Brett Favre, we were doing pretty well until he got dinged up. Now, paying the price that the Rams just paid for Matt Stafford, we're going to have to see whether or not that's close to being worthwhile.
Yeah, there's a lot of picks they gave up. So when you give the pocket, Brady's the last pocket passer in this league that wins big. But there's a lot of pocket guys, Stafford and Matt Ryan and Goff and Cousins, and they win. They win a lot. 19 of 21 quarterbacks that have won the Super Bowl have been pocket guys. Russell Wilson, Mahomes move more. If you had a chance today, I think it's rule-based, but if you had a chance to get a pure pocket guy or a guy that moved a lot, how do you delineate the two? Like as a football guy, as the rules have changed, how do you look at mobility for a quarterback?
Well, we used to always talk about the idea of when the whole world knows that you have to pass, can you still throw the ball? And those are those moments where you're behind and it becomes a pure pocket passer type game. And there's a ton of value in those guys. And you want your guys to be able to move some to protect themselves. But if I had a choice between an RPO quarterback and a pocket passer, you take the passer every time. And look, RPOs are fashionable, and there's been some production, but the more times your quarterback gets hit, the more times you expose him to injury, it's just bad business over the long haul.
Yeah. By the way, that a year ago today, we were talking about a very cryptic Tom Brady image. It was that picture, the Hulu commercial, where is he leaving? Is he going? Is he changing? I said this before. Mahomes wins, the league wins, Andy Reid wins, the Hunt family wins. If Tampa wins, Tom wins, and Belichick doesn't look so good. There's a little vengefulness. Are you sad that Tom left? Do you think it could have been saved if Belichick gives up the personnel to somebody else and they can finally draft wide receivers? How do you, as somebody that was part of it, how do you look at Tom leaving today?
I don't even think it was a function of giving up the personnel or not giving up the personnel. In any relationship, when you've been together for 20 years, and remember, Tom was this young guy that was developed and then became a superstar, but it happens. You grow out of relationships. And one thing that Bill Belichick has done consistently well over the course of the 20 years is move on from guys before other people would have moved on from him. And he hasn't really been hurt by that over time. And he made a executive decision that in retrospect hasn't been what he hoped it would be, but it's hard to fault him based on his track record. Would I have liked to see Tom again in New England this year? Would I think it would have been significantly better? Yeah, of course I would have, and I wanted him to finish there. But it really is hard when you look at Bill to say that he's made a lot of poor decisions in the area moving on from personnel. Yeah.
And by the way, I think he wanted Tom. Tom's the one that knocked on his door and said, I'm not coming back. It wasn't like Bill said hit the road. Tom told Kraft.
I don't know about that. It felt a little bit like Tom wanted to be there and it wasn't. It was unrequited love. And maybe it was unrequited love at $50 million. Maybe at $15 million, that love would have been there.
All right. Eric, good seeing you. Enjoy the game. We'll talk soon.
All right. Take care.
Valentine's Day's coming. Add the wow factor. 1-800-Flowers right now. 18 red roses, $39.99, or upgrade to 24 red roses, $10 more. Go to 1-800-Flowers.com, radio icon, enter the code HERD, HERD. I love that picture. I love that little Tom Brady photo. We were all in a frenzy. We didn't know what to do with that picture. Where's he going?
It was very, very well done.
It was very smart.
Zooming in. Is his foot going forward? Is it going backwards?
Is he coming at us, or is he going?
Yeah, you really can't tell. The angle of the knee bend is so good. It was really well done.
He's crafty.
Super Bowl commercials are